And we're recording. Okay, this is my third attempt to make a annotated bibliography video entry, and I'm going to plow ahead with it. You may hear a small child complaining because that's who I'm carrying at the moment. And I'll post a citation for this paper up on the blog. This is a blog on a paper on the effective use of wikis. It's a paper which was run with students who are the final year in an IT program, and it comes up with some pros and cons, mainly pros, but also some words of warning that we utilize directly in our project. They chose a wiki because it was open source and free, which is really which is quite key, and attracted us as well, and also because content, or rather you access material on the wiki and it's categorized by content as opposed to chronologically by time, which is quite useful. It's also interactive in that students have the capacity to edit pages, which is very useful for project work, and they can also make comments on their work, leave comments for tutors. There's basically forum software that runs with it, which again can be categorized not according to time but according to subject matter. They talked about a couple of issues. The take-up on on peer-to-peer commentary was initially quite small, and there was probably a couple of reasons for this. One was the students, against expectations, found the wiki interface to be somewhat counterintuitive. They weren't sure where to find topics, and they weren't sure how to post and edit comments. And these are third year IT students in a college environment. The project got around this by posting how-tos. Tutors posted how-tos and FAQs targeted at enabling students to achieve those particular tasks. And considering that we're targeting teachers, not IT specialists, we're certainly going to have to do that as well. So we're building in how to use the wiki module as part of the overall course, because the wiki itself is really, really key to our project and to peer relationships. They also talked about the fear students had of vandalism and of plagiarism, and they had two cases of plagiarism. Now ours is a private wiki, so vandalism isn't going to be such an issue. Students will have to be invited to join it. It won't be open to the public at large, but there are still issues of plagiarism, and they had two instances of plagiarism, and they found that the traceability of a wiki, the capacity to track what pages students had accessed, when they had accessed them, and what they had done afterwards, was a very, very useful tool in dealing with plagiarism. It was very easy to diagnose it. So that's not such a problem, but that traceability and trackability also means that we can track our users through the wiki, see who's commenting on their work, what they're commenting on. We can track their conversations, we can track their conceptualizations of ideas, and we have another tool for tracking their learning. So that traceability and trackability that you get with a wiki through comments and through posting is really, really powerful. And it means that we have a tool with which we can address the end of the ADDIE program. We can assess how the project has gone and make alterations based on that. And it also means we can track individual users and address their learning as well. The project found that the largest single type of comment made by students were critical comments, and by this I mean comments which are engaging meaningfully with other students' work and are engaging with project work and are giving good feedback. And they found that one of the strongest aspects of this that informed this was students modelling their feedback and the feedback they received from tutors. This seemed to be both an encouragement for them to engage with the wiki and also an encouragement to engage critically with one another. So there's obviously a key lesson there, which is, sorry, hold on a moment. There we go. Sorry about that, which is that we're going to have to model feedback and we're going to have to provide feedback as a model for students. So it'll have to be good feedback, it'll have to be structured well, it'll have to be pedagogically sound, and it will have to be given promptly as well, because those are the models that we want our students to follow. Yeah, it's overall fairly positive paper. The students overwhelmingly reported that, or rather, in the course of the project, students reported an increased confidence level in their ability to benefit from student comments, but also contribute significantly themselves. And overall, yeah, it seems to have been a very, very positive project. Okay, thank you.